Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Welcome to episode number 18 of the Average Day Joe Show. I'm your host, C.
And Jay, what's up? How you doing?
How's everybody doing today? What's up with you, Jay? It's another day,
I'm
another gym
uh,
day. I was gonna
always,
say,
man. I'm sore.
I know. Oh, dude, even my leg. So we did leg day yesterday, and my
Yes,
legs are pretty
my
like.
legs are killing
Yeah,
me, man.
it usually takes like 2 days, but for some reason, my legs are like really sore today already. So
Yeah, we did them pretty hard, man. So
yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
mine are sore,
I know.
real sore.
I know. It always
Yeah.
helps when you got people at the gym that think that they can put up more weight than you, and then you got to kind of show them what's up.
Good gym motivation right there, man.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
good gym motivation.
I know. All right, well, let's move on to today's subjects. Let's talk about some sports news for you guys with the NBA. What is going on in the NBA world?
Well, Adam Silver is trending, and he's trending for the wrong reason. He wants to, since his viewership has been down, he wants to shorten the quarters, which is very odd to me. So his proposal is to shorten it, to 10-minute quarters, which I don't understand. It doesn't make
Oh,
any sense. He's yeah,
uh,
he's
I
had
understand.
some
I
weird.
understand that one. I could tell you. I could tell you the reason for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Please enlighten me why that will help viewership.
No, no, it won't help viewership. I'll just tell you
Oh,
why.
okay. Then there you go.
I just want to tell you why he's going to do that, or why he wants to do that.
Uh-huh.
Because LeBron brought him to the back and they had a little talk. He's like, "Hey, I'm getting a little bit older, but I'm trying to play till I'm like 45. I got my other son coming. I need you to shorten these quarters,
I need
so
to shorten the quarters.
I can perform to the fullest."
That's actually pretty funny. That's actually pretty funny.
That's my only reason. Nah. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, so he's just trying to do it for viewership. You're saying?
Well, yeah, because no, there's a lot of people who aren't tuning in to NBA like usual,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's his proposal. You know, earlier, like a month or a couple months ago, they were complaining because of all the threes.
Uh huh.
So people were complaining, dude, that's all we see now. Everyone's shooting threes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Well,
I
that's
don't
why
I
he's
don't see I don't see the 10-minute quarter thing as a help.
Well, that's why he's also trying to implement that other rule with that 10-minute rule, right? With the whole 3-point foul thing.
Yeah, that's very. I don't even want to say it. It's so stupid.
Yeah. So
That's very stupid.
basically, if you get a foul at a three, if somebody fouls you and you're shooting a 3-pointer, you only get to shoot 2 shots at the foul line.
Exact. How does that make any sense?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
that's really stupid. So
That's crazy.
yeah, man, very very dumb, very very dumb. But going from that, there are some NBA games on right now, as you know, because of the time.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So there, yeah. So right now we have Bulls Celtics. Celtics were mad about the other day, so they're just obliterating the Bulls right now. So that's good. That's a good thing. Cavs and Heat, no surprise. There's no Jimmy Butler. Cavs are doing their thing. Knicks and Nuggets, very close game. That's going to be a close game throughout. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
Kings and Sixers, that should be an easy Kings win. I know it was not the same for the Lakers yesterday. So
Right.
Pelicans Mavericks. Surprisingly enough, the Pelicans are leading at half, which is
Oh,
I
wow.
very weird. Yeah, very weird. Clippers Suns. Clippers are Clippers are beating the Spurs. Makes a lot of sense. The
Yeah,
Spurs are still a young team, but they get good wins every now and then.
definitely, definitely.
Timberwolves Suns, that starts probably in the next few minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then yeah, like Pistons Pacers beating the Pistons. So yeah, there's some good games on. There's
Yeah,
definitely some good NBA games on.
and it looks like Nets are whooping on the Hornets as well, right?
Yeah, but like I said, those are two teams that are you know oh
Yeah,
they're average. They're not even. I don't even know if you would call them playoff teams, honestly.
oh, definitely, definitely.
Yeah. So
But yeah, tonight's game, Warriors Thunder. That's gonna be an exciting one, right?
no, that's not tonight, is it?
Says
Is
today,
that
yeah,
tonight?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, they play. So they probably play at 7:30.
No, it says 7, but yeah, I'll probably start like around 7:30 ish.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be exciting. It's not exciting.
Any notable? Yeah, because Thunder's gonna whoop on him, right? Don't you think?
Well, I mean, no Steph, no Draymond, no Kaminga, no who's the other one? They have 4 injuries.
Yeah.
What I don't see the reason to even play the game.
I don't know if you've seen this, but I actually seen an article today that said that the last game that Warriors played might have been Kaminga's last game. I don't know what that was even about. I just read
I mean, they've been shopping him around. I mean, I'm not a big Kaminga fan.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm not. I'm really not. I don't think he's that great. But he's a young talent, and if they could get something good for him, I would do it.
No,
I don't
definitely.
think he's a game changer, you
Yeah.
know, at all. Like he's a youngster. He plays okay, and yeah, like I mean, he's cool, I guess. But I mean, yeah, they're shopping him around.
Well, let me ask you: do you any notable games for tomorrow that you are going to be anticipating to watch?
I didn't even check. I have
Okay.
no idea the schedule for tomorrow.
I'm looking at the schedule right now. The only one I see that might be worthwhile would be Hawks Cavaliers. You know.
Yeah, there you go. So that would be a good one. The Hawks have actually beat them too, the
Right.
Cavs.
Right.
Not too many teams have beat the Cavs this year. The
Exactly.
Celtics are another one who beat the Cavs. So
Yeah.
yeah, and Cavs haven't lost many this year. So we could go for the Hawks.
My question to you is because you're the sports guy here. How did Portland come out with that W yesterday, man? I'm so shocked. What happened?
um, I'm gonna say that they're a little mad that Dame left.
You think so?
Felt a little disrespected. Like, okay, you're just gonna leave our franchise. You know what? You did good for us for 10 years, but when you come back here, we're gonna take it to you, and that's
Yeah,
what they did.
that's exactly
I
what it looks
I
like.
can't even tell you part of Portland's roster, and so I was like, wow,
Yeah,
very impressive.
that's crazy. Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, yeah, they had all these young guys, but they were like, man, they were dunking on them. They
That's
were
what I
doing
mean.
good. Like,
And they had Giannis and Dame. It's not like they didn't. Both of them played, and they both played well. They got ran. It
yeah,
was kind of
exactly.
crazy. That's very very odd. That doesn't happen all the time. But also, Milwaukee has had a funny year if you've watched them play.
Yeah, yeah, no,
They
definitely.
started off very slow, very
Hmm.
sluggish, and then they picked it up. Like, oh, okay, they're starting to win. And then they have losses like this. Like, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Weird. Very weird.
Well, Lillard also came to the team in the beginning of the season, so it looks like they didn't have the chemistry from the get-go. They needed to kind of work
He
on
was
that.
there last year. He was there
Oh,
last
he
year.
was there last year. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot when we got into the season with him. So,
Yeah. Dame's been there. So
oh, okay.
yeah. It was just I didn't expect yeah. That definitely came out of left field.
Yeah, yeah. We do have. I know you wanted to mention this. There is going to be a pretty decent main event for UFC on Saturday. Did you want to tell
Yeah.
us who's fighting on
Oh
Saturday?
yeah. Adesanya and
Adesanya's
Imavov.
fighting. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that should be he's had a couple losses recently, but he's the main event.
Adesanya against Imamov, right?
Imavov. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
What
That
do
should
you? I mean, given that he lost his last two fights, do you think he has a chance against this guy who's probably trains in the same region as maybe like Khabib or the other dude?
I honestly I don't know how hard Adesanya's been training.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, coming off a couple losses, I would sure hope that you know, he'll show out, but you never know.
definitely.
You know what I
So
mean?
Adesanya is 24-4, and this other dude that he's fighting is 15-4. So they're both
Yeah.
pretty matched. That's going to be a good fight for him too.
Well, when Adesanya was fighting well, he was really good at one point.
No, definitely, definitely.
So I don't know what's happened to him. I don't know if he just stopped training hard. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I guess that's just everything goes up and down like a roller
right.
coaster. So you know,
My prediction is that if this is a stand-up fight, Israel probably has a pretty good chance. But knowing if these guys are training like in the same region like Khabib and stuff, the guy he's fighting in Mammoth,
yeah.
he'll probably get taken to the ground. And I have never seen Israel like do much work on the ground. So I don't know. I don't think if it goes to the ground, I don't think Adesanya will have a chance as opposed to if it was a stand-up fight. You know?
That's the whole point. He's not going to the ground.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the advantage of Adesanya. He has long limbs.
Exactly.
As long
Exactly.
as he can keep dude away and keep chopping away with his little leg kicks and stuff, he'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Yeah. And he's
He'll
pretty
be
good at
just fine.
taking down. Like he's pretty good at that. You know, like
Yeah,
he,
that's what I mean.
you know, as long as he doesn't get super tired, he'll be all right with that one.
Yeah, for sure.
The co-main event is Magomedov against Michael Page, and that should be a really good one too because the Magomedov, he's
Uh-huh.
15-0 right now compared to Page,
Okay.
who's 22-3. So
Okay.
that'll be kind of cool to see too. You
That
know,
should yeah, that should be good for the co-main.
yeah, definitely.
That'll be good.
And then they got the heavyweight fight for that one is going to be some two people that are like it's like almost like a classic bout because you got Pavlovich against Rosenstruck, and Pavlovich is 18-3. Sergey, I think he's like a Russian cat against Rosenstruck,
Sounds
who's like,
right.
yeah, he's like 15-5. But man, these guys are both super power hitters. I don't see this one going more than one round before somebody gets knocked out.
One
My
round? I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, these guys are like super heavyweight, bro. This is like what
Yeah.
Rosenstruck, especially, bro. If he
Uh-huh.
hits Sergi in the right way, that dude's gonna lights out easily. And the other dude, Sergi,
Okay.
he has power too, but I don't know. I definitely give that one to Rosenstruck if he's able to connect with his punches. If not, then Pavlovich will probably have a little bit better cardio, and I think that he might be able to take it if he doesn't get knocked out within the first
Okay.
round. Uh, besides that, we got another Khabib fighting. I don't know if he's associated with him, but what they got the same last
He's
name,
got to
right?
be. Yeah,
Aid?
Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov.
Oh my god,
Yeah, it's got to be. It is got to be. Maybe it's one of his cousins, brothers, little brothers. I don't know,
he
but
ain't
he
got
has
his
the same last name.
he ain't got his record. He's 18-3.
Oh yeah, no one has Habib's record, dude. No
Yeah,
one.
he's fighting
You
some
know.
dude named Oliveira who not yeah, it's a different Oliveira, not Charles Oliveira. It's
Yeah, no.
Vinicius.
That's bantamweight, right?
Bantamweight.
Yeah,
I'm not
in
sure
real
who
life.
Vinicius is. I think he might. If I'm guessing, I would just say he might be Brazilian, but maybe not. Yeah, I don't even know where he's from.
From the name.
Sombra. I'm not sure where he's from. Yeah, that'll be a good fight too, though, because bantamweight, you know, it usually goes a lot more longer. Like people don't just
Yeah,
knock each other out in bantamweight, so that'll be a kind of good one to watch.
yeah,
You
of
know? So,
course.
yeah. Well, cool. Well, that is our sports news of the day. Let us move on to some political news. Let's see what Trump is up to today, since he's like trending pretty much all over everywhere. So let me get into this with you guys. Basically, I was reading on, and it's just trending right now that Trump, some of the people that he's rounding up with ICE right now, he literally reopened up Guantanamo Bay, and he's about to put 30,000 criminal illegal aliens into Guantanamo Bay. Trump says, this is Trump words. Trump says it's a tough place to get out of.
Gitmo.
Gitmo. So
I'll
yeah.
take it.
In my opinion, personally, it's for me. If they're like, if these are like really hardened criminals who basically even their own countries won't like accept them back because they're such criminals or they were criminals that they committed crimes in the U.S.
Mhm.
Then I don't see there being a problem to send them to Guantanamo Bay to serve out their like prison sentences,
Uh-huh.
as long as it's not a repeat of what happened when they were doing the whole like terrorism, holding the terrorists there because they were really even though they were terrorists supposedly. Like I'm sure you heard about the stuff that was going on in Guantanamo Bay at that time, and that was not under Trump's leadership. That was, I believe, under either Obama or Bush's leadership. But they were really like it was really bad. Like the stuff they were doing to those people that were in prison there. Like there was no justification for that. Like they went a little bit way above and beyond, and they got a lot of public backlash from that. You heard about what happened and stuff back when they were using it before, right, for the terrorism stuff.
It's Guantanamo Bay, man. There's a lot
Oh,
of stuff that goes down there.
definitely. So
Yeah, so
yeah. So it's a part of Cuba, but it's a part of the United States in Cuba that we use over there. So definitely it's a resource that we have to be able to not leave them here in the U.S. and we just have them right there next to the U.S. But so that is something that Trump is doing. Let us know in the comments if that's something that you guys are thinking it will be a good thing, or is that something that we've already done before and it has proven to not be a good thing. So let us know what you guys think. Right now, 969 total illegal immigration arrests by ICE were recorded yesterday, January 27th. And this was what the White House actually shared on X. And it says that they are some of the worst criminals. The post shows 9 different illegal immigrants who have already been convicted of crimes such as child rape and who have been alleged links to gangs and terrorist organizations and other serious crimes. Trump, in his campaign, he did promise to curb the illegal immigration that skyrocketed under the Biden administration. So this is kind of his way of doing that. And these are, like I said, just really hardened people that committed crimes in the U.S. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Any other thoughts on that one, Jeff?
I mean, like I said, I believe President Trump has, his agenda,
Yeah,
and he's going to execute it. I
definitely,
mean, if you want me to go into the next political one, it goes along with it.
definitely. Let's do it. What you
You
got
know,
for us? Give us the
the
juice.
the Lake and Riley Act. So
Oh,
President Trump had promised Lake and Riley's family, who was killed by an illegal immigrant, that you know he would sign it into law, as soon as he became president. So it's the first bill he signed into law, which was cool. He kept his word to the family, you know.
and do you know
So
exactly what that like what does that entail? That Lake and
I'd
Riley?
I'd have to I'd have to read it.
Oh,
I don't have it in front of me.
okay.
Yeah,
Let
I'm sure it's trending high on X. So I'm sure if you pulled it up, you'd be like, oh, okay,
yeah.
to know the exact, you know, specifications of it. It'll tell you.
Right. So, I mean, just from what I'm reading, it doesn't really go into it, but it says that it gives them expansion of the scope for those who have been arrested, detained, and deported by federal immigration officers. So, yeah, the law
Yeah, it
basically,
probably goes along with the Gitmo thing,
right,
honestly.
right.
So,
So, stricter enforcement of immigration laws and increased deterrence to illegal migration. It passed with bipartisan support, making a major shift for Democrats who did not advance the legislation in Senate last year. So.
yeah,
It's just basically gonna make, I think, everything much harder, like for illegal
yeah,
immigration to be crossing over into the US, and then people who they can go after in the United States who have committed crimes. I think it's gonna be much easier for them to be able to do that stuff now
of
with
course.
this
With
act
the
that they.
Lake and Riley Act, yeah,
Yeah, Trump, in Trump's words, he says that it will save countless innocent American lives. So
of course.
that's what Trump is saying. That's what Trump is saying on this one. Yeah. So also it says that let me read this to you guys. The measure directs federal immigration enforcement to detain and deport those without a legal status charged with minor theft or shoplifting, assault of a law enforcement officer, or crimes resulting in death or serious bodily injury to another person. Several criminal offenses could already be grounds for deportation, and indeed, Caroline Levitt, the White House press secretary, said Tuesday that those who had broken the law by entering the country illegally have already committed a crime. So
There
even
you
if
go.
they're saying that even if you came to this country, that's going to be a crime, for.
Yeah. Well,
So
illegally.
yeah,
Yeah.
illegally, yeah. And the person the name of the Lake and Riley Act it's a bill that was named from a Georgia nursing student who was killed last year by a Venezuelan man
Yeah.
in the U.S. without legal status. Her death became a rallying cry for Republicans who criticized the Biden administration's approach to border security. So the man, Jose Ibarra, was later sentenced to life in prison without parole. He had previously been charged with shoplifting in New York. So it says that the Republicans argue the law would have enabled his deportation earlier and would have prevented Riley's murder. So that's why they're doing that.
Yep.
Crazy, crazy. Oh well, that's what happens. Anyways, let's move on and let's give you our last political news of the day. And this is also something that was trending. This was trending on Google, and I just want to get this going for you guys and show you the screen for this one. And this is Trump's five. So basically, they had like a Senate hearing, and RFK was a big part of this Senate hearing. So I'm just going to go over the top 5 most memorable moments from Wednesday's Trump nominee hearing. And basically, this is about RFK. This is what they were drilling RFK in this whole thing. So I'm just going to go over the top 5 things that was happened. So Democratic Senator to RFK. So Democratic Senator Sheldon Whitehouse told the Trump nominee RFK that he frightens people, specifically referring to his stance on vaccines, which RFK reputed that he is not anti-vaccine and that his children are vaccinated. So I think he was just kind of, because we did definitely hear him say how like the vaccines, like some of them are dangerous, that we shouldn't take them. So I heard that from him, but he was never he never been like a I'm totally anti-vaccine, because I've never heard him personally say that. That he's not like, I think he knows. Like, it even says right here that he had his children vaccinated. So he's yeah. I mean, that's all I could really much say about that one. He says White House referenced a recent measles outbreak in Rhode Island as he pressed Kennedy on the vaccine stance. However, Kennedy pushed back. So yeah. Number 2 takeaway from RFK's hearing was that the protesters actually disrupted that RFK hearing. Kennedy's Senate confirmation hearing was disrupted by several protesters who snuck into the Senate Finance Committee hearing room. After Kennedy told lawmakers that he is not against vaccines, one protester stood up and was heard shouting, "You lie." So that was the number 2 takeaway. Number 3 takeaway from RFK's Senate hearing was Lutnick gets emotional talking about brother's tragic 9/11 death. So Howard Lutnick, who was introduced by Vice President J.D. Vance, shared an emotional story about his brother being tragically killed at 9/11. Lutnick's brother Gary was tragically killed. Lutnick said that he took his son to kindergarten that day, sparing his life. The company was located on the top 5 floor of the World Trade Center. I made the decision that I've made enough money in my life, Lutnick said. I can take care of myself. I can take care of my family. It's not my chance to serve the American people. So that was nothing really against RFK. He just kind of shared his story there. Number 4, RFK Jr. refutes claim he compared CDC to Nazi death camps. So Kennedy and Senator Raphael Warnock from Georgia went back and forth after the Democratic senator claimed that Trump nominee previously likened the Center for Disease Control and Prevention to Nazi death camps. And then the senator was saying, you compared the CDC work to Nazi death camps. You compared it to sexual abusers in the Catholic Church. And you've also said that many of them, as in a direct quote, belong in jail. That's what Warnock said. And then asked if he stands by the statements, Kennedy refuted the claim. I don't believe that if I ever compared the CDC to Nazi death camps. I support the CDC. My job is not to dismantle or harm the CDC. My job is to empower the scientists, Kennedy said. I never said that. So basically, they're calling him out for a whole bunch of stuff, but he's refuting everything he's saying, and because he never, I guess they're in his evidence, or in his what they're saying against him, he's saying that no, I didn't say those exact words the way they're saying it. So number 5, SBA defends Trump after senator claims he acted illegally twice this week. So SBA pick Kelly Loeffler got into a heated exchange with a member of the Senate Small Business and Entrepreneurship Committee while defending Trump against Democratic claims that he acted illegally twice in the past week. The president has already acted illegally. He fired the inspectors general. That was illegal under the law. He froze all funding on Monday night. That was also against the law. Senator Edward Markey of Massachusetts claimed during his questioning of Loeffler. It is not as though we won't ask you to do something that is illegal and unconstitutional. He's been doing it all week. That's what they're saying. And then, yeah, I don't see that there was anything to say that that they refuted on that one as well. Loeffler told the committee, I support the president's actions. It is in his right to select members of the executive branch. That's what he was doing. And he's certainly in the right to stop wasteful spending, as most presidents do when they come in, and to pause wasteful spending. So according to him, the whole freeze and why it happened the other day was because they're really just trying to make sure that what they have to account for all the money that they're spending, and they needed to freeze it to kind of see like what this money, where it's going and stuff. And that's kind of my takeaway from what they're saying about that, and why they froze the funding. Yeah. Any thoughts on that, Jay?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
Well, I'd say you summed it up. It was very, very easy.
Yeah. I mean, I said pretty much everything that needed to be said about that one. All right. Well, let's move on. And what is going on with Elon? Tell us some technology news.
Tesla, that's trending right now on X. They drive themselves from their birthplace at the factory to the
Okay.
designated loading dock without humans, which is a good thing. It's a good start. It's a good start.
Yeah, definitely.
That's gonna be because he wants to get his everyone to have the or not the technology, the software, so that they could be full AI.
Yeah, definitely. That's pretty cool. So
Yeah, it'll
so
be very cool.
it looks like the software is pretty much ready. They're just probably waiting for like a certain exact time to launch that.
I don't know about that. You got to have. We've already seen it with Cruise. When your AI is not excellent, it crashes.
Yeah.
He can't have any like discrepancies, dude. It's gotta be perfect, because now it's not a business. This is your own actual car.
True.
Your own actual car, and obviously it's going to be tricky with insurance. So that's what I mean. His AI needs to be perfect. I mean, no flaws. So
Definitely.
that's why I don't think he's released it yet, because he's got to go through some trial runs.
Right.
He needs some trial runs, and okay, this is perfected. This is like Waymo.
Yep.
Because Waymo, Waymo's AI is, man, excellent.
Right.
So
And that there is like BMW is also coming out with their own self-driving vehicles. But it says here, I'm just reading kind of what it says. It says the difference between Tesla and other manufacturers experimenting with similar technologies, such as BMW's automated driving in-plant system, is that Tesla does not require external infrastructure. The vehicles themselves sense their surroundings, then decide how to move without sensors built into the factory floor or ceiling. So that's the big difference,
That's a big difference.
No, definitely. I mean, who wants all these sensors on their cars? Even if they're built in,
Exactly.
that's kind of like.
That's what I mean. That's the big difference.
It does. I mean, it doesn't say exact dates when they're going to release the full self-driving. It looks like they're going to, from what I read earlier, that they're going to start maybe stepping it out in Austin, Texas, since that's where this factory is located in the first place.
Yeah.
And it's already navigating 1.2-mile routes through that Fremont factory.
I would definitely do it there. It's less, less congested than here.
No, definitely. I mean, Texas is so big, so you can.
That's what I mean. And then he's also, since what else is trending is Optimus. Do you know Optimus?
His robot?
Yes, sir. He's trending. So his robot is trending because he said
is he joining the Transformers?
He is the Transformer. No, no, but yeah, he's trending because Elon said the demand will not be a problem, even at the high price. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they showed a couple clips on Optimus, so that's kind of cool.
Do you know what the price is?
I want to say between $4 and $10 grand. I'm not sure.
Well, that's not that high of a price. I mean, I would.
Well, I mean, it's because it's a robot,
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I mean, that's not for everyone. Not everyone's going to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna drop 6 G's on a robot.
Right. I definitely need one of those things, man, because I hate vacuuming personally, man, and I need a robot to like clean my house for me, man. I don't want to pay something. I'd rather pay like one-time investment of like if it's 4 to 10 G's, pay that, and then I'll never have to worry about what I mean, cleaning again.
I agree. Optimus will be able to do everything.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's gonna be
I
very
wonder,
cool when Optimus drops.
I wonder how that would work. Like, let's say, like somebody who's doing rideshare like Uber, they buy a robot. They're like, yo, robot or Optimus, I want you to work for me today. I'm feeling kind of, like under the weather. You think that Uber would accept stuff like that, or you know what I mean? Like,
No, well, they won't even need to. They'll have their own fleet of AI.
right, right.
So what I mean, Uber's obsolete for the human beings in the next, I'll say, 2 years max, maybe even next year.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years for sure max. They'll have their fleet on the road, but in 1 year, it may even be 1 year
Yeah,
because they have so many cruise cars
yeah,
that
yeah.
once their AI's in place, it's done. Why pay drivers? Why?
Right.
No point.
No, that's true. That's true.
No
But
point.
supposedly, I don't know if you heard, because their Tesla is launching next year their robo taxi service,
Yeah,
and he already said that just regular people can buy the cars and then they can run them to basically
exactly.
for you. So
Well, so he's trying to take. That's what I mean. So that's another way of challenging Uber.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Oh,
So
you're gonna go this? I'll take this route. You
okay,
know,
so you're saying he's coming after Uber basically and some of their products.
cut out the middleman.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
How about the consumer buys the actual thing? Oh, it'll do it for him. Why
I know,
get an Uber anymore?
I
Why?
know.
See what I mean?
Yeah,
It's chess.
it's kind
That's
of
just
sad to
chess.
think about it because, like, so Waymo, for instance, they're owned by Google,
Yes, sir.
but because of that, like, they don't think about like us average day Joes on the regular. They're like, we only care about our profits, and if we put you guys out of jobs, who gives a who cares? Like, it's basically them, and they don't
Yeah,
care
of
about nobody else. So
course
we
not.
need a guy like Elon Musk to come out with stuff like this, to where
Yes.
people can take back, and we don't like, dude, I'm all for that. If AI can take over our jobs and we can still get paid, but it's AI doing our jobs for us, I'm totally all for AI. But if you got these major companies like Google and Cruise, which is now I guess what Uber owns, then that's not fair because they're taking jobs from us. We can't make any money on that unless we're like software engineers for those companies. Which even now with Chat GPT and that DeepSeek, which is this brand new technology out of China, is basically everything is being replaced. Like the programmers, AI can do all that stuff now, and it's just in my head. I'm just like, wow, like these jobs are like even these more advanced jobs that people went to school for and are still paying college, like they have debt because of college student loans. They still have to pay for these college loans, yet they're not even going to be able to get the same job that they went to school for. You know?
So why not invest in these companies?
No, of course, but I'm saying if you're a college student straight out of college, you got all this debt, you
Uh huh.
probably don't have exactly that kind of money, because you're thinking you're going to start making all this money with that kind of job that you went to school for. So
Uh
you
huh.
might not even have all that kind of money to start investing like that. You know what I mean?
I agree with that, but you got to have a plan out of college. If
For sure,
you know,
sure.
like you're not going to get the job. You go to college, you're not guaranteed. Oh, you're going to get the job you studied for. It never works like that unless you know someone. It's the only way. That's how everything works. If you know someone, you're fine.
You
But
know,
then again, you have debt, like you said. So you're gonna have to stack your checks, be like, all right, I'm gonna take a percentage of this, pay that percentage of this for bills, percentage of this, invest. That's all it is.
I learned that the hard way because I went to Heald College, which is no more because they did a lot of shady business. But I got a degree in computer science, and
Oh,
Heald College they said that after you graduate, there's going to be job placement assistance for life type thing. So you can always get a job through Heald
oh
College, like,
wow. I didn't know that.
and tell me why. So one of my friends who did use their program
Yeah.
to try to get a job,
Hmm.
they didn't even give him a, so there's nothing, the job that he got from Heald had
Yeah.
nothing to do with computers. He got a job in a furniture installation factory.
See?
I was
You
like, dude,
see? That
what's going
prime
on here?
example right there. Then that's honestly every most college students I knew, you know, just same thing. Same
Yeah,
exact thing. Like unless you knew someone in college,
yeah,
like that was that had their own business that was
right,
in the line of work you wanted to work in, you were fine.
right.
But
You,
most of the ones that don't network like that all did the same thing. Oh, I got a degree in marketing, but I work for this. Oh, I got a degree in management, but I work for that. Oh, I got a degree in communications and I work over here. Huh?
Right.
Always.
Well, that's
Always.
even yeah. I mean, a lot of people were saying that. I remember, like, during when before Trump's election, when they were really pressing for him, that one guy, I think his name was like Charlie Kirk or Charlie something.
Charlie Kirk? Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember when he was like talking to the college students on campus.
Yeah.
He was telling them all, like, he told them, like, straight up, like,
Yeah.
80 to 90% of you are not going to get the job that you guys are going to college for. Like, college is somewhat
It's
of a
the truth.
waste.
It's not a waste. So what college? I went to college. I graduated college. What did college teach me?
Mm-hmm.
Discipline. Oh, I'm hungover at 3 and 4 a.m. Hey, can I use your laptop? I got something to do at 8 a.m. That's what it teaches you.
Yeah.
Literally. But
What?
you know what I mean? Like, so that's exactly what college teaches you, discipline. That's it.
What did you go to college for? What was your
Marketing. So I was a marketing major. So I changed it too because I was a management major and they were trying to teach me here, this is how you climb the corporate ladder. And I was like, I'm not trying to climb a corporate ladder. At that point, I was working at the clubs and I had a parking lot. So I was making way more money than any of these professors. And I was like, dude, I have to switch this major. This is ridiculous. So I switched it to marketing, which is what I've been doing all my life. And I didn't even have to study in it. It was too easy for me, marketing. So I learned that, I saw a lot of people that had really tough majors. And I was like, why are you working there? When they got out of college.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's the job I could get. And then I could get into the field later. Like, oh, okay. Definitely. Very weird. So I saw that a lot with a lot of people. So, yeah, man.
Shout out to you if you guys went to college. We both did too. We definitely we were not doing what we were supposed, like what we graduated from. We kind of chose a different path as well, and so shout out to you guys who do go to college and stuff and are taking.
I enjoyed college, man. College was awesome, dude. Are you kidding me? You don't have grown-up bills and all that. You know what I mean? Like, so it was cool, man. I enjoyed college. I enjoyed the hell out of it. But like I said, just teaches you discipline. That's all.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So
I just want to do a quick shout out to everybody watching today. We got 13 people watching live. So shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and share this with all the other people that you know. We do this every day for you guys. We do it every day, 6 p.m. Pacific time. That being said, let's get into some entertainment news. I got some sad news out of LA for you guys, and a pretty famous comedian just died. Ken Flores, for all the people who know who Ken Flores is, he was 28 years old. He was remembered for his infectious laugh and presence in the LA comedy scene. He was always at the Laugh Factory. That was the name of the comedy club that he always did his stand-up performances at. So he died on Tuesday, according to his manager, Cameron Silze. I can't even say that name. Sizzler. Yeah.
Did you say Sizzler? What the Jesus, man.
His body was discovered at his home Tuesday afternoon around 2 p.m. There has not been any cause of death determined yet. So he was 28 years old. Like I said, it's
terrible.
He was actually about to go on a comedy tour. Well, for Ralph Barbosa, who actually I know, I've seen Ralph Barbosa. He's a really funny comedian. So he was pretty big up there, and even people like, who Joey Coy is, right? Yeah. So even people like Joey Coy, they were friends with this guy, and they were all saying that he was a vital piece in the next wave of standout Latin comedians. He was scheduled to embark on a national tour. So yeah, it's kind of sad, and Gabriel Iglesias was even a guy that he befriended him. So he was a pretty big dude out there in the comedy scene. So yeah, like I said, he did pass. RIP to him and to his family. Our condolences. It always sucks when somebody who's trying to make it has an untimely death like this. It's really sad. Have you seen this guy at all in performance? Like, have you heard of him or no? No. Okay.
No. That's why. Yeah, I had no idea who that was.
Yeah. But yeah, Joy Coy. Joe Coy, this is his words. He was saying, I would always check on him. I truly love this guy. That's what Coy said. I literally posted about a pic of his tour schedule a couple days before he passed. So, yeah, just very, very, very sad entertainment news. This is what he looked like, in case you don't know. I actually probably seen some. He looked to me. I've seen some of his shorts on some of the streaming platforms. So
Yeah.
I do remember some of his shorts. He is a pretty funny guy. Definitely, if you guys haven't seen him, to check him out. He is pretty funny. That's what he looks like right there, if you guys can tell. But yeah, it's kind of sad news. But that being said, let's move on and let's go over what is going on with the movie of the day, which we cannot even see your TV, but we know you have a movie, Jay. What is your movie?
You can't see my TV? No, I'm watching.
Never mind, it's like halfway.
Oh yeah, no, it was a different part. I was watching John Wick.
Oh, John Wick. Okay.
Yeah,
Which part?
This one is part 4.
Oh,
so there's four. There's 4. Yeah, it's the last one exactly.
That's the one. I seen that one too. I actually seen it in the movie theater. Don't get me wrong. I love Keanu Reeves, but John Wick 4, out of all the ones, he literally like barely said anything in that movie. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Like, he's just this is like literally him, like being like Neo from the Matrix, just killing everybody.
Literally, literally.
But not saying it. They even did I seen this was a while back. I don't remember exact numbers now, but I seen like a short or somebody that posted something, and they literally counted how many words he spoke in that movie, and it was like 300 or something like that, like some really crazy number that he barely even spoke about. Like, I don't know. What so for all the audience that doesn't know about this movie, what was the premises? What is
just you'd have to watch a lot of the other ones before it, to understand it. But he's just going up against the high table. You know what I mean? He's got to earn his freedom. You know what I'm saying?
The elites,
his enemies. Yeah, exactly. The powerful. He's got he's got a lot of the alliances around the globe. And forces, that he has to get friends and foes, so yeah, I mean, it just goes in the series,
Definitely.
So yeah, but yeah, I had that one on. But it's funny you bring up Matrix. That's hella funny.
Oh, I know, because I just remember that one, like, like what was going on in that? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what movie he's coming out with soon, right?
Who, Keanu?
Yeah.
What?
He's coming out with a part 2 of Constantine.
Oh, that's good. Constantine was a good movie.
Oh, I know. That was one of my favorite movies.
Good one.
I really liked
that's a good one.
Because it was different. It wasn't like all these other like action movies. That one was like a scary, dramatic movie. Like, it was kind of cool. I like that movie.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is old school, man. He had a lot of old school movies I like, man.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, he's from the old school days.
Exactly. Let me, you know what? I'm gonna do something for the audience here, because I'm sure if you didn't even know about this, I'm sure that a lot of our audience doesn't know.
Which one?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually play I want to play the trailer for Constantine 2 for you guys.
I didn't even know. That's when does it come out?
Was that?
When does it come out?
2025, but it doesn't say exact month yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I'm gonna play for the audience. I'm sure a lot of, because I haven't even seen this. I want people to see what this trailer for Constantine 2 is about. Since we're on.
Please do.
Since we're on the subject.
First one was good, man.
First one, I loved it, man. So I can't wait. Like, I'm gonna see this one in the movies, and I'm gonna do it with your recommendation of that. What is it? 4X or that one where like
40X.
40X.
It'll be in 40. It'll be in 40X. I guarantee it.
Okay.
Guarantee it.
Let me play this. Let me play this for you guys. I'm not gonna put audio because I don't want us to get copyrighted. But let me just play real quick for you guys. So I could probably put it full screen. Show you guys real quick what this movie's about. From Warner Brothers.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one was.
Oh man, if that's him, that is CGI to the fullest.
You gotta love it, man.
Oh wow.
Keanu Reeves is a good actor, man. A lot of people used to hate on him back in the day too.
All right. Oh wow. Is that that's probably like that devil dude, you know, like the yeah. There's a lot of there's a lot of controversial stuff in Constantine.
It's supposed to.
No, I know.
You gotta have that stuff.
This is the very first trailer they made for this movie, so it's probably not the best trailer, but hey.
Should be interesting.
Oh, that same girl is back too, so that's kind of cool.
That's gonna be a good one, man. Honestly, it'll be in 40x for sure.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
That's a for sure deal.
Damn. Okay, I'm ready
Like
for
I
that.
said, he's one of my favorite actors, dude. Like I said, a lot of people used to hate on him, but I don't know. I always thought he was a good actor.
Definitely, definitely.
You know,
I love Jack Hustler. He's one of my favorite actors, and he's so down to earth. Like people, like
Yeah.
this guy literally takes the subway,
Yep.
like in New York and stuff. You know, and people will be like taking pictures of him on it and stuff. You know?
That's what I mean. That's what I mean, man. It's a humble dude.
Yeah, definitely.
Solid dude, man.
So the Constantine 4, number 4. What would you give it a rating of out of 1 through 10?
Oh, John Wick, you mean?
I'm sorry, John. Sorry.
3 was my favorite, so 3 I would give probably a 9, but I'd say 4 would be like an 8.
Would you give it an 8, even though he didn't really say anything in that movie?
Yeah, I mean, because he's more the maestro.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You know, like you said, he's the Neo. You get it? But
Sure.
if you want to put it like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen all the Wicks for the most part. It's number 4 too. So, like my personal opinion on rating this one, because I don't usually rate them ones. I let you do that, but I'm going to rate myself too. 1 out of 3. I really liked all of them, and I would definitely give those like about a 9. And this one, the last one, just because it was so much of the same from the other 3, I would probably give it like a 6.5. That's kind of what I would give it. 6.5.
Yeah, I mean,
last
like
one.
I said, the whole series to me is excellent.
Yeah.
So you know, I can't base the last one off the first 3. So that's why it won't be rated as high. You know, with any series, if you have movies like going in order, it's usually going to go, you know, excellent, excellent, good, great. You know, it's going to always diminish. Definitely. It's hard to keep up the excellence.
No, for sure.
It really is.
So let me ask you, since we're on the Keanu Reeves topic, do you have what is your favorite of his movie? What is your all-time favorite Keanu movie that people should watch if they haven't seen it?
I have 2.
Okay.
I'll go Point Break. I love Point Break.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one.
Excellent film. One of his best films, without a doubt. Or even Speed. I like Speed a lot.
Those are your 2 favorites?
Yeah, I'd say so. Out of all the ones, because he's been in a lot. You know, obviously I grew up on the Bill and Ted Keanu.
No, for sure.
And that's a whole different character.
Oh, I know.
You know, that's a totally different character. So, you know, he's versatile.
Yeah, no, he's very versatile.
That's what I mean. So, but yeah, he has so many good movies, dude.
Yeah.
I know what you're gonna say. I already know. I know which one you're gonna say.
I don't know. Well, my favorite movie of his was the very first Matrix, for sure.
Okay.
The very first Matrix, because to me,
that's an excellent one.
Yeah, and to me, that was not just a movie. That was a documentary, and that is real. Like, to me, that was real life. Like us as humans.
Yeah.
This is my personal opinion, but us humans, we really we are so much more powerful than they want us to believe. And if we knew, or if we know how to tap into that power, we can make mountains move. And I'm not talking about literally, but we can make mountains move. Like anything that you want in your life, you can get by just using your mind and being free from the constant, you know, consumerism that's going on in today's
the Matrix.
You know, like I'm telling you, like I've seen it. I know how powerful we are, you know, and I wish people would understand that movie really kind of is a way of showing people to kind of stop, you know, kind of living the kind of life you're living and live the life that you want to live. And even there's even a book, Carlos Castaneda. You heard of him, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So he did that really famous book, and even in a book like that, I forgot exactly. It's like his famous book, but Carlos Castaneda. So his book that he made, which was he has a lot of books, but they're all kind of pertaining about the same thing, where it's like you journey in your life, and if you just go for that journey and you start doing the things that you want to do, the things will come to you. Like the universe will make sure that you're gonna get what you need into your life, you know, to make your life better for you. So, but
That's
yeah,
how it works. But
yeah,
that's what I mean. You got to understand, not a lot of people are wired like that, man. A lot
I
of
know,
people are wired just that's it. They don't care about all the other stuff.
I know, I
They
know.
they don't mind going through. I work 9 to 5. I do this. I do that, and they do it every day, like
Right,
Matrix,
right,
the Matrix. You know, not a lot of people want to escape the Matrix. You know what I mean?
exactly, exactly.
It's an
It's good.
excellent movie, though.
I'm trying to look, like, I swear every time I'm actually trying to look up that like his most famous book, because I
Mhm.
forgot the name. It's not popping up, so for some reason I can't find it
Okay,
right now. I wish I could. If
that's
any
not
of
the
you in
movie
the
I thought you were
audience,
gonna say either.
yeah, if any of you in the audience knows his most famous book, please let us know, because I can't think of the actual name at the moment, and I read it already, and it's kind of like, it's one of those things when you can't remember something, but you've like read it, then you're just like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's very frustrating. But
Yeah.
yeah, that being said, Carlos Castaneda, if you not have checked out any of his books, please do so, because that guy was, man, one of the best guys. Some of his books are just like super super on point, you know, with what he was what like we're preaching right now. Before we move on, what would you say is Keanu Reeves' most underrated movie, or one of his most underrated movies?
Underrated, Johnny Mnemonic.
Oh man, I was thinking the same thing.
That's definitely underrated because that went under the radar.
Yeah, it did.
I
It did.
know that went under the radar because all those other movies we named were way up there. No
Definitely.
one even knows about Johnny unless you've seen it. You'd be like, they don't even know what that is. You
Exactly.
know.
Exactly.
So
Do you remember?
yeah,
Do you remember just a little quick what that one was about? Do you remember a little bit or not about it?
I'd have to. I haven't seen it in so long. I don't want to butcher it.
Yeah,
I don't. I remember it, but then I don't. You know what I mean?
something like I guess he was like a data courier. He had a secret stash of information implanted in his mind, right?
Okay.
However, the data will kill Johnny if you can't retrieve it within 48 hours. So he was like basically
Yeah.
having to retrieve some kind of stuff out of his head, and
Yeah.
there was a whole bunch of like gangsters trying to get that from him and stuff, something like that. And
I was gonna say, yeah, it sounded more like Chain Reaction, but okay, yeah,
yeah,
that is Johnny
something
Mnemonic.
like
That is Johnny Mnemonic. You're right.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
because Chain Reaction was a very similar movie.
Exactly. So for me, I guess since you took that one, I was gonna say that one would be kind of underrated. Then I'll give another underrated one that a lot of people probably haven't seen, just because it was not his action movie. It was a movie that was like a romantic movie. It was from 1995, and I'm sure you probably even haven't seen this one, Jay. But I actually watched it twice. It's a pretty long movie, but I really liked the way he acted in this movie. And that
What
movie
movie?
is Walk in the Clouds, and that's actually from like Napa. Like it was based in like Napa in
Okay,
California. Yeah. Have you seen that one or no? I Walk in the
nope.
Clouds. Okay. I don't.
I've heard
I
of
don't.
it.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even recommend it for you to watch it, because you're not like you kind of like that action. I know you're not really into these fuzzy wuzzy movies, so it might not really be your thing or anybody else's who's not into it.
Fuzzy
Like,
Wuzzy. Yeah,
yeah. So
that's
yeah.
funny.
So Alyssa wrote in the chat, "Book of Elsewhere" from I think that's the Carlos Castaneda books. So that we're talking about. So yeah. So anybody who has not read a Book of Elsewhere, that is one of Carlos's movies, Carlos Castaneda's movies. I'm sorry, books that everybody I think should tune into and read. All right. Well, that being said, let us move on to some wealth news. Let us see what is going on with a crypto. What happened today in the
Crypto,
crypto markets? A lot of
crypto, crypto.
a lot of companies today, they reported profits, like Meta, Facebook,
Uh huh.
same company, they reported profits. Tesla actually lost, they did not meet their expectations, but I don't think their stocks really suffered. I haven't really looked at the stocks, but it looks like everything's kind of gone up. Also, the Fed announced their interest rates today, and they said they're not going to give it a cut, but they're leaving it where it is. So because they didn't raise it at all, I think that kind of kept stocks or even crypto from not going up higher, but it did go up a little bit, so that is not bad. Let me share the charts with you guys on the crypto and show you guys what I'm talking about here. So right now we have Bitcoin up in the last 24 hours 2.71%, and the number one altcoin Ethereum is up 1.23%. Bitcoin, you guys are at 104,461, and Ethereum, you guys are at $3,148 right now as we speak. We did bring this to you guys a couple of days ago, where I told you in the charts there was a head and shoulders pattern, which is like right here. From there, I told you there was going to be there usually during a head and shoulders pattern, prices do tend to either move up or down somewhat significantly. So it did move up a little bit, and then it went a little bit down, but it actually from there has been rising. So as of right now, as long as we're getting pro crypto news, everything should be rising. XRP, with number 3 altcoin right now, is at $3.10. You guys are up a dollar. 1.35%. And number 5 altcoin is Solana. Right now is sitting at $237, and you guys are up 3.16%. So yeah, crypto is doing good. The whole market cap for crypto is sitting at 3.52 trillion. We're up 1.99% in the last 24 hours. The fear and greed index, we're at neutral, but it's starting to lean a little bit towards more greed. So there looks like there is starting to be more money getting pumped into these crypto markets. Bitcoin dominance is sitting at 58%, as Ethereum, you guys are sitting at 10.74%. For the top 5 trending coins today, we have Ethereum, which we just talked about pricing. Number 2 top trending coin is Alpha, where you guys are actually down 13.62% in the last 24 hours. Number 3, WIF. If you guys are into meme coins are starting to make a comeback, and WIF is one of those. It's a pretty big meme coin. It's sitting at $1.20, but it's up 2.77% in the last 24 hours. Number 4, we got Pepe. All our Pepe heads out here. We're up 5.48% in the last 24 hours. A pretty significant up. It's sitting at still like 0.00001257. Number 5 trending coin for today is XCN. You guys are up 25.92% in the last 24 hours. So shout out to you guys if you're holding any of these coins. That being said, let us just go over our top 5 gainers of the day, and any notable ones that I see that. So there's a new meme coin that kind of looks like Dogwood Hat, or yeah. Then that is called, it's the number one gainer for today. It's called XRP with hat. So they made an XRP with hat coin. And that one is up 1,726% right now in the last 24 hours. Number 2, which is Wedgie, WEGI. It's another meme coin. It is up 1,699%. We've been talking about Wedgie. It's been up a lot. It's been having a lot of gainers.
Like 3 weeks, Wedgie's been going up.
Has been going up. At this point in time, this is not financial advice, but definitely if you have not looked into Wedgie, it might be somewhat of a good coin, because it keeps popping up, and it is like one of those coins that just keeps gaining and gaining. I would definitely do some fundamental analysis on that one and just find out what it is about and see if that's something to invest into. It only has a market cap of 173,000 at this point, so yeah, just look into it, but be careful, because all those coins could be rug pulls. As long as we're in a bull run, though, the trend is your friend. So as of right now, if the bull run continues and everything's going up, Wedgie might be one of those coins where you can turn 1,000 into a lot more. Number 3, we got Dojo. Dojo is also another coin that's been kind of the last few weeks been going up. That one is up 1,541% in the last 24 hours. Number 4, we got Flaky, which is up 1,518% in the last 24 hours. And number 5, we have Oceanland, the brand new one I never heard of before. That one is up 1,285% in the last 24 hours. Let me just see if there's any any ones that I recognize that I can just share that are gainers. Mobcat, if you guys have Mobcat meme coin, it's up 613%. MAGA People, which we talked about before, is up 510%. Trump with hat is up 476%. Trump MAGA is up 446%. And I'll just mention one other one, which is Sora Grok, which Grok is the AI for X platform. That one is up 422%. Uh, that being said, that's pretty much all the ones I see that are kind of standing out to me that we've been talking about in the previous episodes here. I guess I'll just go over number 35, which is beers. If you guys like the beers coin, that's up 95%. But yep, that is our crypto news of the day. That is through our wealth segment here at Average Day Joe's community. We talk about health, wealth, and happiness. That is our general motto for our, for us and for us as our way of life. And we definitely always share that into our community, and we let you guys know, that this is what it's about. That being said, let us go over tomorrow's weather. Let us show you guys tomorrow what to expect. If you guys are going to need to bundle up, if you guys are going to be able to come out in some sandals and some shorts, we'll let you guys know, because we're here at the Average Day Joe's. We want to keep you guys informed on everything. So that being said, let me share the map with you guys for tomorrow's news on the weather, and that is. It looks like the whole Midwest and the whole East Coast is having a warm up. All these warming from the Gulf of America is kind of moving upwards, and it looks like these cold temperatures that we had just like a week ago are moving up and up more into Canada. So we're not having any of these like polar vortexes. Your hottest spot in the United States will be Tampa, Florida, and Brownsville, Florida. Tampa, though, will be the one to go to the beaches for. It is at partly cloudy, 79 degrees. Brownsville will be raining, but it's 79 degrees. Your coldest spot will be in Maine, which is at 5 degrees only. So just be careful if you're up there. It is still pretty cold. Where we are in San Francisco, it is 55 degrees. And just give you a little heads up, starting Thursday night into pretty much next week, we're going to be raining the whole week. So if you guys are in the Bay Area, or if you're planning to travel to the Bay Area, please bring a raincoat. We're having an atmospheric river, as they call it nowadays. And yeah, you need to prepare yourselves for that if you're coming to California, to the San Francisco Bay region in particular. Seattle, you guys are at 44 degrees. Los Angeles, San Diego, you guys are pretty chilly right now. You guys are only at like 59 degrees. As compared to like 70s, which most of San Diegans are used to. Las Vegas, 60 degrees. Salt Lake City, 41. We got Denver at 49. Albuquerque is at 50. We also have Dallas at 67 degrees. While Houston, you guys are going to be raining, and Dallas is raining as well, but you'll be at 72. Chicago, 52 degrees. You got Minneapolis at 46. You got Detroit at 45. Boston, you guys will be at 29, while as New York, couple hours down, you guys are at 40 degrees. And Atlanta, you guys will be at 63, while as New Orleans, you guys also will be at 74 degrees. That is our weather for the day. So just, you got to do and dress accordingly, like we said, but that will be for tomorrow's weather forecast. Before we get into the next topic, let us go over our astrology for tomorrow. We want to share with you guys the astrology readings for each sign. We don't want you guys to be like, oh, live your lives through what we say, but basically just take this as like a basic little guideline for tomorrow's day when you go through it, that whatever happens, it might be to do with the alignment of the cosmos and where all the placements are for your sign at this particular day. So tomorrow's astrology, let me go over with you guys. We start off with we go by the house. The first zodiac of the house is Aries, which is what I am. So for tomorrow, your energy will be high. Just don't get burnt out. Prioritize tasks wisely and pace yourself to avoid unnecessary stress. Then for the Tauruses, tomorrow your sense of stability will be returning. Stick to your routines and focus on financial or career matters. Slow and steady wins the race. Then tomorrow for Gemini, we have communication is key. Be clear and direct to avoid misunderstandings, especially in personal and professional conversations. Our Cancers, for tomorrow, your emotional awareness will be heightened. Take time to check in with yourself and loved ones. Your intuition will be spot on. Leo, which is Jay's sign, a leadership opportunity may arise tomorrow. Step up and showcase your strengths, but be mindful of balancing confidence with humility. Then we got Virgo. A productive day awaits you tomorrow. Focus on organization and fine details. Your practical mindset will help solve lingering issues. Our Libras, relationships will take center stage. Whether romantic or platonic, a deep conversation could bring clarity and strengthen connections. Our Scorpios, transformation is happening beneath the surface. Trust the process and embrace necessary changes with an open mind. Then we have our Sagittarius, a desire for adventure or learning is strong tomorrow. Even small changes in routine can bring refreshing new perspectives. Capricorn, a hard working will be paying off tomorrow. Don't forget to rest though. Balance ambition with self care to maintain long term success. Our Aquarius, your initiative ideas will be gaining attention. Share your vision, but be prepared to back it up with action. And last but not least, we have our Pisces. Dreams and creativity will be heightened. Take time for artistic expression or spiritual reflection. You might uncover deep insights tomorrow. So, yeah, that is our astrology segment of the day. And let us move on with Jay's conspiracy of the day. I am ready for this one. What is going on with the conspiracies, Bear?
Today we are discussing Tamino's Hell.
Tamino's Hell. Never heard of it.
Yes, it is a cursed poem. It's Japanese. It was written by, I believe his name, Sayo Yoso. I can't pronounce it, but it was written in 1919, and it was told only to read the poem in your mind and not out loud. This caught me because I wanted to know why it was so cursed and stuff. So basically, there was a man that created a film from the poem, and a college girl decided to recite the poem, and they both lost their lives 7 days later after reading this poem.
Oh, wow.
And it coincides with the poem is 7 verses long. So yeah, when I read about it, I was like, what, But yeah, I don't know. Like it was weird. Like I feel like I've seen movies that have to do with this. So I was like, yeah, I wanted to know more about it. It was kind of hard to find stuff about it, honestly. But I wasn't about to recite the poem or anything or even look it up. So
I was going to say, why don't you recite it to the audience, bro?
thanks. Good genius, bro. No, but yeah, so yeah, it was just yeah, kind of some scary stuff, There's a lot of sometimes with Japanese like tales and like things like that, it's like it gets scary.
So,
So
so you didn't even try to read it to yourself? Like you're
no,
not allowed
nope.
to read it?
No,
You're like,
I'm
nope,
cool, man.
I don't
I'm
want to take
guessing
it.
the poem is in Japanese, so I probably wouldn't even be able to read it.
Uh-huh.
I'm guessing it's in like characters. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you think so? Okay.
Yeah, I guarantee it because it was written in 1919 by that guy, and it was in Japan. So it's like I guarantee you it's not in English or anything. I'm sure it's translated these days, but yeah, no, I'm not trying to read any of that.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah, yeah, it just tripped me out because I had never like I said, I felt like I watched movies about that stuff. But
right.
then when I saw it, I was like, oh wow, the movies are probably based off of that,
Oh, for sure. For sure.
without a doubt, without a doubt, you know. But yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't gonna read it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is a trip, man.
It says that poem inspired the 1974 film Pastoral, To Die in the Countryside.
The which one?
It's a 1974 film called
Uh-huh.
Pastoral.
Oh, so that was the one he created, the guy,
No,
the
it's
film.
just inspired. It was inspired by that poem, but
Oh,
it,
okay.
To
Because
Die in the Countryside. That's the name of the
because
film.
there was a guy who created a film from that poem, and he
Uh,
ended up dying seven
oh,
days later,
yes.
just like the college girl who recited it and
Right.
died 7 days later as well.
So yeah, it says the Japanese director, Teriyami Tsuji was a fan of Yaso's and made a movie that was very loosely based on Tamino's Hell.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on the relationship between a boy and his sisters, however, it's about a man and his younger self relationship to his mother.
Uh-huh.
There's a common misconception that Tamino's Hell had also inspired the painting "I Can't Be a Bride Anymore" by Yuko Tatsushima.
Yeah.
This painting is often associated with Tamino's Hell, but more likely, the long-necked figure depicts an abstraction of death by hanging, the most common method of suicide in Japan.
Damn.
So this is the interpretation right here, I guess. I don't know, Tamino's Hell. It says that it's also like most likely an interpretation. It's most likely a metaphor for war. Throughout the
Yeah.
poem, there are allusions to war that would be difficult for an English speaker to pick up. The fire and blood from the sisters' mouths are fierce encouragement from Tamino to fight and therefore enter the hell of war. Other allusions to wartime practices like the sowing of Senebarbari cement this view. The poem was also written right at the end of World War I when Japan entered
Yeah.
the world theater as an international power.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a translation of the poem. I mean, I could read it for you guys if you want. You know,
That's up to you, bro. I'm cool, man.
it's a translation. It's not
I'm
that
cool, man. You can read the poem all you want, man. I know in Japan there's like forests you don't go into or else bad things happen. So hey, more power to you, bro. Just read it.
well, you got me a little bit worried, so I'm not going to read the translation, but I put it up. So if you guys want to, for all the audience out there, if you guys want to take a risk and read this translation, I mean, you can see this. You can
Well,
see
what I
the
will tell you is that from what I read, if you read the poem in your mind, you're fine. If you read
oh,
it out loud, that's when shit happens.
exactly. So what
So
about? Do you think that it has the same thing? If it's just a translation, would that be the same? You think or no?
I don't know how Japanese things work. You know what I mean? Like for all you don't know what you're reading. You know what I mean? You
Right.
don't know if it's a curse. You don't know if it's a spell. You don't know what it comes from. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so I don't know.
Right.
I just know I've heard a lot of different things like in Japanese, like folklore tale and like just stuff. Like I said, I've heard a certain forest you can't even go to out there or or else something bad will happen to you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you
I've heard a
know,
lot of weird things out there, but then also, they have the whole tech side where they're like 4 to 8 years ahead of us,
yeah.
you know?
I'm gonna
So
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna give this 2 minutes because we got 13 people watching. If I'm committed to the Average Day Joe's community, man, I could take a chance. If any of y'all want me to read the translation of this poem out loud to you guys, just put a one in the con.
hey,
In
please do, man. If you're gonna
put a
if you're
one.
gonna read it out loud, that's up to you, man, you know?
I'll give this two
I'd love to
minutes.
hear it as well.
If somebody puts a one in the chat, I will read this translation. I will read this translation. I
I'd
will.
love to hear it as well, honestly. You know what I mean? Because when I read about it, I was like, "What?" So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it just tripped me out when I read about it.
I know. I also read somewhere that it's about like his two sisters that they were like super cruel to him. Like there's so much.
Yeah, you know how it works.
Yeah,
You know
definitely,
how that stuff works, man.
definitely.
You
See.
know.
Well, it looks like our community cares about us because nobody's putting a one in the chat. So I don't think anybody
Good,
wants me
good.
to.
See, so
Anybody wants
they
me to.
agree. They agree with me. They agree with me to the point that you don't want to just read certain things, man. You
And
know.
then, and then of course, we just got a one in the chat from Alyssa. She wants me to read it.
Oh man.
Oh no.
That's up to you, bro. That's
This is the translation. I'm going to do it for the Average Day Joe's community. It's a translation, man.
okay.
If
All
I
right.
if I go within the next 7 days, brother, you're gonna have to continue the show without me and just let the people know what happened. You know what I mean?
I will. You want to talk about conspiracy? You want to talk about conspiracy, dude? Jesus.
Right. So
Go ahead, man.
this is the translation. His older sister throws up blood. His younger sister spits fire. An innocent Tamino vomits his soul. Alone, Tamino falls into the darkest of hells, where even flowers don't bloom. Does Tamino's older sister crack the whip? The crimson lash weighs on his mind, beating and striking, yet not breaking him entirely. On the infinite eighth hell's only road. I pray for guidance in this darkest hell to lead sweet Tamino toward the golden sheep, the nightingale. Put all you can into the leather sack to journey into the deepest hell. Spring awakens in the forests and the valleys, and to the seven twisting valleys of dark hell. The nightingale in the cage, the sheep in the cart, and tears in the eyes of dear Tamino. Sing, nightingale, scream in the rainy forest for the beloved little sister. The cry sounds out all through hell, and the peony opens its petals. Around the seven mountains and seven valleys of hell, innocent Tamino makes his journey alone. If they too are in hell, bring them the mountains of needles and pins. The red pins don't pierce, but merely mark sweet Tamino. And that is the translation there.
Wow. It's
Oh
very
man.
sad. It's
Oh,
very
wow.
deep, sad, and it sounds like he was asking for a lot during that when he wrote that.
Right, right. Well, like
Dang.
I said, I got the courage, man. So I did this one for you, Alyssa. I did this one for you. Just FYI. hopefully everybody watching will be safe in the next 7 days.
Right? Well, hey, it's in the mind. It's different. Reading it out loud as opposed to in the mind, it's very different.
Right,
You know?
right. And like you said,
Yeah.
it's not the original; it's just a translation. So
Exactly. So yeah, maybe there's stuff left out. You never know.
exactly,
You know,
exactly.
the actual like curses, spells, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
You never know.
Worst comes to
But yeah.
worst, we're gonna be doing our weight training session. You're gonna be recording me, and I'm gonna drop a weight on my face and kill
Yeah,
myself.
we don't want to do that, bro. we don't want to do any of that, man.
Get it all on camera, though. We'll let the people know.
Right? Oh man, that's
Oh
funny.
well. Oh well. So before we go, this is pretty much the end of our show. I just want to let you guys get a little update. I am on my 44-day fast. I'm on day 23 of 44. Tomorrow will be my halfway point. I'm pretty excited about that because I've been holding strong. I'm still going to the gym. If you guys want to know exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it or why I'm even doing it, just let me know and I'll definitely reach out to you guys. I'll let you know. But what I was talking about with the whole Matrix before, this is kind of a way to unplug yourselves. Like, I don't know if you remember in the Matrix when they actually were in the ship. And if you remember, if you've seen the movie, you remember where they were eating. They were eating what looked like milk with oatmeal or like water with oatmeal or something. And basically they were saying that this is really all your body needs to survive. And I'm pretty much doing the same thing. I'm taking Irish sea moss because you cannot go more than, I would say, 25 to 30 days without certain minerals in your body. Your body needs minerals to survive. That's definitely there. But what I'm doing is like the herbs I'm taking, everything is no calories. I'm not burning any calories or anything else besides the fat that's within me already, which is also cleaning me out and is healing anything that I might have had wrong with me in the first place. And that's also how you strengthen your mind. If you can go 40, like you don't have to do the whole 44 days like I did. And any religious text you ever look at, there's always fasting involved in any religious text, scripture. So if you can do anybody who can do a 40-day fast minimum, or actually maximum, on my bad. If you can do a 40-day fast, like up to 40 days, you will have a mind that is like no other. Like you can literally control your reality any way that you want to control it by having the strongest mind that you've ever had in your life. And you will see dramatic changes in your life by being able to do a fast like that. Because if you talk to most people, 99% of the people, if they think about going on a fast for 3 days, they're going to have serious problems. And Jay's been on a pretty long fast himself because he got sick at one point, and he knows that the power of recovery through fasting. You went for like 2-3 weeks, right?
Yeah, I had kidney stones. That's why.
Yeah. So how
So
long
I
was
was kind of forced to, you know.
right. But without even knowing, because it's not like they
Yeah.
told you not to eat. You did it
No,
because
it's
your
just my
body was.
body. Yeah, my body told me that.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's what it is. And a lot of people will go to a
Yeah.
doctor. They'll try to just like mask whatever it is. Like they have diabetes. Like I personally know people who by fasting were able to reverse their diabetes. So
Yeah.
this is we're not doctors. We're not medical doctors. We're not telling you, if you have something and not to go to the doctor and just listen to us. But from my previous experience, from Jay's previous experience, we've definitely been able to heal our bodies through the power of fasting. And I'm
Yeah.
sure you probably felt great, like mind-wise, you probably had more clarity at that time than you probably had at a lot of other points in your life, just because
Yeah,
you had
for sure.
something else going on in
Without
your
a doubt, I had to retrain a lot of the stuff for eating.
exactly.
Like I didn't eat like I eat steak, a few times a week now, right? At
Right.
that time, it took me like 2 months just to get meat back in my diet.
I know.
That's just weird to say.
I
It's
know.
just weird to say. Yeah, I started off with a little pasta noodles, then start off with some broth, and then okay, let's try to mix in a little salad, like very little things here and there just to get everything back acclimated.
Exactly.
It was crazy. Like it was like reintroducing everything to the body again, you
Exactly.
know. But even like you said, when you get sick, say you have like COVID or you have a flu or anything, What does your body do? I know for sure, like I don't get sick, but I barely get sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I have got, like when I had COVID, I literally slept for like what, 3, 4, 5 days, and then like without like eating or anything. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, my body was like, "Hey, it's time to add the nutrients." You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Because you had to starve what was ever in it, and then boom, you know.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
how it works.
That's what it is. And then rest, your body always going to have you rest because
Yeah,
rest is the key recipe
exactly.
along with fasting to be able to heal your body. Without rest, you're not going to heal your body. And you need to have an
Correct.
oxygenated, you need to be in a like place that has a lot of oxygen also because oxygen helps to rapidly heal your body on
Yes.
top of all the other things that you're doing, So if you're living in like a super desert, if you're living in like a super desert climate, like Phoenix, for example, or somewhere like where there's not many trees around, you're not going to heal as fast as if you're in a place where there's a bunch of trees and oxygen that are, I'm not saying you're not going to heal, but it's just going to be a little bit longer than
Longer. Yeah.
in a place where you have like a lot of oxygen around you. So
Yeah.
that being said, if you guys do go to yesterday's episode, I do show you my weight every Tuesday on the show. I show you how much I've lost since I'm not eating. I started off at like 245, 250. Yesterday, when I weighed myself, I was at 208. So you guys can check that out for yourselves if you guys want the proof. I am not losing weight as drastically as well because I am working out with Jay, like we said. So I am retaining some of that muscle. But yeah,
Yes.
it is a process, and it's all mind over. It is all mind over everything else at this point. So just got to have a strong mind, and you'll be able to move mountains, like we said before. And that being said, that is the end of our show. We will be back here live with you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this show. Thank you. We love you guys and health, wealth, and happiness. Any final thoughts for the audience, Jay, for the health?
Yes. Stay blessed. Stay focused. You can accomplish anything you want in life. You just have to have focus, determination, grit, everything. Just, stay focused. Health, wealth, and happiness, like we always preach.
Health, wealth, and happiness, guys. That's what it's
Oh,
about. Stay